Here's a new Christian idea for you guys. Don't force your kids to read and write. If they want to go to school, it should be up to them. If they want to learn math, reading, arithmetic, literature, they should have a choice whether they want to do that. When they go to school, you're forcing them to do that. You don't want to oppress them by putting ideas into their head and pretending like they need those ideas to live. They're going to have to grow up and make that decision on their own. If they want to learn math or they don't want to learn math, they should have the freedom to do those things. When you teach them math and you're forcing them to do that, it's kind of like oppression because you don't have to go around forcing them to learn things they don't want to learn. You see how stupid that sounds? That's how a lot of Christian parents sound when they don't train up a child in the way they should go. It's too many parents out there that think that Christianity is somehow an option or oppressive to force their kids to do. Guess what? If you really believe in God, then Jesus Christ is a 100% unequivocally the right way and the only way. Jesus called himself the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father but by him. So if we really believe in God like we claim we do, then it's not an option to train up our children in the Word of God. Too many Christians be like, I don't take my kids to Sunday school because I don't want them to grow up the way I did where they were forced to go to church. Guess what? You force them to go to school. You force them to eat healthy. Do they eat candy for every meal? What's more important than that? What's more important than all of those things put together is the eternity, that child's soul, their salvation, whether they know God or not. So many Christians act like they are so, and you know what? You don't necessarily see it in their words, you see it in their actions. People will sit up and skip church so that their kids can do their homework. They will sit up and skip church and they will demand that their kids get good grades, but in Sunday school, their kids don't know a darn thing. They don't know their books of the Bible. They don't know the difference between Moses and Noah. They don't know the New Testament. The New Testament apostles. They don't know the difference between apostles and disciples. They don't know the books of the Bible and the New Testament. What books? Who is Paul? Between Paul and Peter. They don't know anything. And it's very frustrating as a Bible teacher myself to come across kids who know everything about school and their mom say, you better not let that grade point average drop below a 3.0. But yet, when you ask them a Bible question, or you ask them something about the world's philosophy, they don't know a darn thing. So what are they being taught at home? The reality is they aren't being taught anything. There's so many lazy parents out there that are willingly giving over their kids to the altar of what we call education today. They value education more than they value God. And it really shows if they really believe in God. Because I'll tell you right now, if you have any ounce of wisdom, you see which way the educational department is going right now. They're bringing in transgenders to teach the kids. They're teaching the kids education at the age of 5 and 6. They're teaching the kids how to use condoms before they even teach them anything about morality. They're teaching them how to have safe anal sex. This is not a lie. This is going on right now. This is not an exaggeration. This is not me taking things out of context. They are doing this right now. They're teaching them critical race theory, that all white people should be ashamed of themselves. That if your kid is born a different color than black, that he's an oppressor. They're teaching them the LGBTQ, making them read in literature only stuff that is written by gay and transgender people. They are teaching all types of utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. Stuff that, as a Christian, it should offend you. And we give our kids over to that. Now, I'm not saying all kids got to go to private school. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're going and you're teaching them correctly, they will be prepared for the war zone that they are going to go into. At least we can hope that the word of God does not go out void. It does not go out and have no effect. When you train up your children the way they should go, do not for 1 second think that they're going to be prepared for the onslaught that the world has for them if they are not being taught correctly. It's too many Christians out there with wishful thinking about that. Oh, I'm just going to send my kid to school and then I'm going to send him to Sunday school. And then at Sunday school, he's going to learn everything that he needs to know. No biblical teaching at home. No talking to them about deep spiritual concepts. No challenging them on the word of God. No push for them to learn the word of God on their own. They don't see you praying in the morning. They don't pray before they eat. They don't pray before bed. They don't do anything spiritual. They don't see you talking about God ever until you go to church. This is the fakeness that's causing the crumbling in our society. Because when kids grow up and they see how fake their parents were, they gonna think that Christianity as a whole is fake. They go into school and they say, oh, these people really believe this stuff. These people really believe that we are all derived from monkeys. These people really believe that the earth is millions and millions of years old. These people really believe that we all came from stardust. These people really, they believe that and they live like that. But when I go home and my parents, they live the same way. They value the same things that the people in the world value. I wonder, when I grow up, they didn't teach me to value God. They told me to value money, education, being successful, chasing the bag, like people be saying. All that dumb stuff. And then we wonder why, I don't know why my little baby Johnny is having so many problems in relationships. Because you didn't train him up the way he should have went. You didn't train him up in the way God had for him to go. That's why little Johnny sucks. Little Johnny don't have no morality because he didn't grow up with no morality. And it's your fault. So I will say this. As parents, I want to encourage you. Train up your child in the way they should go. Make everything about God. Everything. When we eat, we thank God for the food. When we wake up in the morning, we thank God for a new day. When you learn a lesson and you get hurt or you get scared, we ask God for his protection. Everything. And your kids should see, we respect God in this house. We don't use the name of the Lord in vain. We don't just say any old thing. Me and your mother, we respect each other because we're made in the image of God. We don't cuss each other out. I don't care if you see other parents doing that silly stuff. We don't do that in our house because we serve God. And everything should come back to that. And so many Christian parents think they just going to throw their kids out into the war zone that is this world and this education system, and they're going to come out all right. They are coming out screwed up. I've seen it with my own eyes. So be prepared for the war zone that our children are going into and prepare them for war.